Phenomenal morning. Phenomenal morning. I am Marissa. My good friends call me Miss Black. Miss Black is an acronym for Make Sense with Beautiful Looks, Always Created Kindly. It is currently 5:32 a.m. Eastern. Excuse me. Eastern Standard Time. Clearly it's still early. And I need to clear my throat a little bit. And the date is Monday, June 27th, 2022. I trust, hope, and pray that wherever you are in the world, whatever you have going on, that you are prepared to take this day and make it a great one. And start out with the perfect attitude to get the perfect results that you want in any and every area of your life. So today, we're going to tap into the energy. This is a new account on Instagram that I'm starting this on. The name of this account is mentally_elevated because that is where we are at this time. That is where I am, and that is where I am hoping that anyone who is drawn to or attracted to this page, that's where they are in their personal life as well. Mentally elevated is about thinking, seeing, doing, working, operating from a greater level of consciousness, a greater level of awareness, being mindful of, ourselves, how we're thinking, how we're feeling, how we're showing up in life, and how we're inspiring others to do the same. Being that we are, in many cases, inspiring others, we want to make sure that we're doing that from what we call positive, uplifted, high vibrational, supportive perspective. All right. So that was just a light intro. We have a meditation currently planned. This is live on YouTube at this time. It is Love Motives Meditation Music. I really appreciate this channel for something that I used to pay a lot of money for, which is meditation music. Whether it was through apps or CDs, whatever. But I used to invest early on before, we had the accessibility to such great graphics to support, the colors, the vibrations, the beats. I listen to binaural beats as well. But these are all great for brain training, brain restoration, improving your memory, just opening that third eye, and recognizing truth in any given situation. So the title of this meditation is Golden Energy, 888 Hertz Music to Manifest Abundance of Wealth and Prosperity into Your Life. I shared quite a few of the meditations from this channel on Miss Black's OG network, and that can be found under Miss Black Vibes. That is the category or the collection of different music, a little bit of mixture of genres of music, highlighting our more melanated and a lot of times underlooked, underdogs, you could say. I am a fan in a lot of cases of, that group of people for whatever reason, the determination, the mindset, the drive that, people that resonate with those characteristics that I just shared or named. They some special people, those my tribe, them my people right there. So with that being said, this reading is for you. my OGs United. This is going to be, I guess, the prelude to our OGs United energy forecast. I have a live scheduled for 6 a.m., which is in about 23 minutes. So I want to go ahead and tap into this energy quickly. But we have another reading that I am doing on several different platforms. I'm going to be broadcasting live from ArissaBlack.com, StreamYard, Crowdcast, YouTube, OGs United TSA on Patreon, OGs United Facebook page on Facebook, our Experience Black page on Facebook, and my personal account on Facebook as well. So with that being said, also Twitter and of course Instagram. This is the behind the scenes with the Instagram, and like I said, the prelude to that live, just to show a little bit of my process of how I raise my vibration, and align with the energy and just start my day respectfully and responsibly. Okay, to sum it up, so this is our Isis Oracle deck that I am going to get our first message from. This deck is from Alana Fairchild. If you've been with me for a while, this deck is very powerful. It's one that when I get messages from it, I tend to need time to process the actual message from it. Like, I actually watch my life play out the energy that came up here. So it's been a very interesting journey. I'm excited that I was gravitated towards this deck, and anyone that is new here to me and this journey, all I can say is stay tapped in and tuned in, and let's take this ride together. Let's have fun, let's heal, let's grow, let's think better, be better, do better, know better, have better, all that. And we also know that I've subscribed to total life, health and wellness. That's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. Yes, I'm a woman who is not afraid to say that, financial health and well-being is important to me, to have a secure foundation, to feel safe as possible, and not, vulnerable to having the essentials and more, that I desire in life. I'm not afraid to say that because I work hard. I always have. I have a great deal of work ethic and, confidence in, my growth. My growth on all levels. So I'm grateful for it, and with that being said, I know my worth, to sum it up. And I believe the power is in knowing your worth. All right, let's go ahead and get this oracle message. All right, so we had a couple that flipped over here at the top. Stay true and be in your power. Osiris and Isis Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. Okay, and then we're going to read this one, because this is the one that flipped over, but the other three that came behind it, I'm going to share. We have Initiation, Spiritual Testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. I love the art on these cards too, so let me not just breeze past that and not show it. This is the Initiation, Spiritual Testing of Ra and the Lady of Isis. Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. The brother in darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. The brother in darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. All right, so, and on the bottom of the deck, we have Flower of Life, Divine Creativity and Manifestation. All right, that art is so powerful. Now, really quick, these three cards, for starters, I, spent a little bit of time last night getting my space ready, and I kind of, I guess, warmed up my decks. Prayed over them and, try to get ready because I knew I wasn't going to get much sleep and I wanted to be on time. So these are the same exact cards that came out last night. So that's what I mean by the power in this deck, because these three cards most definitely came out. The brother in darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power, added to it is just more confirmation of the time that, we're launching OGs United TSA at Experience Black International, which can be found at marissablack.com. Yes, so that is all about light workers coming together, powerful men and women who stand in their power, who are ready to do the work, live on purpose, fulfill their mission, and, do it from a high vibrational, healthy place to preserve their own life and legacy, but to also support and inspire others in doing the same, because the reality is, stay true and be in your power. That is something that many have feared, and that fear looks different in every situation. So this is a time that we're being reminded of our power and provided the confidence needed to stand in our power, to do the work, to be our best, to have greater, if that is what we truly desire. Because a lot of people say what they want, but they don't want to use their willpower to access and, obtain and work hard and continue growing to maintain that which they, manifested, they worked for, they created, they built, they established, however that goes, for whatever you or an individual is working on, working towards, working through. Whatever it is, we need to make sure that we are in our power. And our power is being confident in, what we know. And that's the part now that is so scary to many, because we've been taught to trust outside of us, to get answers from others, other human beings. And we're now, realizing that as great as we are, and as many of the great qualities and characteristics that many of us possess, there's also a lot of not so great characters or characteristics that many have that overpower, the positive. So we want to, at this time, make sure that we are staying away from negative energy, anything that is bringing us sadness, bringing us anger, bringing us bitterness, bringing us envious, jealous, bitter emotions, feelings, thoughts, because the actions that come with that type of energy, that type of energy is nothing that anybody wants to be dealing with. Okay? So with this initiation, spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis, this is telling me that at this time, many are at a fork in the road. We are being challenged to see the higher perspective, to get aligned with truth, to see the future, but also remain in the present, be grateful for the present, be confident, strong, with a erect spine, standing confident. You see the falcon, within the head. That reminds me of Kundalini energy, Kundalini rising. The fork in the road is the opportunity to stay in alignment with truth, or get in alignment with truth, or to live a lie, to live an illusion, to stay disconnected from the truth of who you are. You have options. Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. This is us. This is our community. This is, master teachers that just so happen to be good friends, good acquaintances, good associates, in business and, education and community building. I have some great individuals that have been doing the work in their individual lives and with their divine partners in some cases, which are my favorite cases, actually. All right, that's the reminder that we're about to get ready to go live in about 9 minutes, so I have to wrap this up. I didn't read from the book this time, which is surprising because this deck, I didn't realize I had such an intuitive connection with it. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to get a quick message from our Egyptian Tarot deck to support this. Really quickly. But what I was saying before my alarm went off is, this is a time that we're actually coming together, a lot of people I met at networking events and conferences and in multi-level marketing companies and businesses. So everyone kind of pretty much had their own background, experience, and so forth. So the beautiful thing about getting business cards and, staying connected on social media to some degree or another, you can watch each other grow and with what we share publicly, but also have an opportunity to reconnect when it's time. To do whatever work we're supposed to do collectively. Timing is most definitely very important. All right. Let's make this quick. It's 5:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we about to go live. Broadcasting live. All right, so we have the 8 of chalices, which is the 8 of cups. Yeah, walking away from emotionally unfulfilling situations is going to be necessary if you want to be able to stay and be in your true power and have emotional fulfillment, which is very important to maintain mental stability and have good health and well-being, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. So not being afraid to walk away from things that just don't serve you, things that are disconnected with the truth of who you are. That could be friends, in some cases family, that don't necessarily see things the way that you do. And don't get it twisted, we're not gonna all see things the same way. We all have different life experiences that have contributed to our vision, our perspective, our perception, our outlook on life. But to some degree, we need to have mutual energy, at least, if we're going to be able to work together peacefully, harmoniously, and in a healthy way to be victorious in overcoming, the brother in darkness within us, which is also, the devil within us, the negative energy, But the 6 of Wands tells me that, the opportunity for victory is present. It's always present. It's always possible. Aligning with the Most High God is the best way to assure. Look at that. Aligning with the Most High God is the best way to assure defeating the devil, defeating the brother in darkness, the devil within you, the negative energy within you, the negative mindset within you. We look at, this as being the devil, I'll say, as something, underneath the earth or inside the core of the earth in a real hot place. No, it's in your hot ass head, in your mind, you know what I mean? That's where it's at. That is where the devil resides. And, if you want to defeat, outwit, that devil, you have to elevate your mind. You have to remove toxic relationships, toxic people, people that you know don't have your best interests at heart. You know, my stomach growling. It's time for me to, yeah. Anyway, yeah, anything that is not for you anymore, you know, letting that go is going to support you in having stability in your life, in every area of your life, and connecting with your sisters, your brothers, your tribe, your family, your soul family, to do the work that you were created and designed to do. Initiate. All right. So I hope this message was helpful. If it was, please like. You know, if you got some friends that's like you, you know, or someone that you feel could benefit from, you know, this teaching style, this way of receiving messages, because that's a real thing. If you know anyone like that, please share. Please consider becoming a Black Card supporter at marissablack.com. That is for OGs United on Patreon. I'm actually multitasking. I'm trying to, you know, connect, because here we are, ready to go live in, 1 minute. Ready to go live in 1 minute. So I need to connect on all the platforms. Like I said, I was recording this for the behind the scenes of me getting ready to do this live broadcast. So the broadcast is going to be catching a different angle. Pretty much it's going to be the angle of seeing this part. You won't be able to see none of this. Let me focus real quick. I'm talking. No, sometimes I can't multitask like that, and it's all good. So I'm feeling great this morning, being that I was on time and I only got about 3 hours of sleep, which is exciting for me because I literally have been making it my business to get my rest and get as close to 6 to 8 hours of sleep as I can. I've been doing that now for a few years, and I'm grateful that, you know, I had the option to do that. Because I used to work a lot, and caffeine was definitely an important part of my life as far as helping keep me working, keeping my energy up, even though, you know, that energy wasn't necessarily maintained in the best and healthiest manner, because a bunch of caffeine, you know, is not, you know, better than getting adequate rest and to give your body time to regenerate and, you know, just reset from day to day. It's a real thing. So, like I said, I'm most grateful that I had the opportunity to, whatchamacallit, get more rest, that needed rest. Oh, wow. So I just pulled it up on the other phone, and this is what it looks like. Oh, wow. So I just pulled it up on the other phone, and this is what it looks like. All right, let me start my live. Start my broadcast. So usually when I'm up this time, like I'm not like up out the bed. Any work that I'm doing, I'm usually doing it from, in the bed. And I'll be updating Miss Black's OG network. So, making sure that everything is up to date. That's something that I can do while I'm kind of still in the bed. But now we are up and getting ready to broadcast live. I'm showing 3 minutes late, but I wanted to make sure that we are everywhere that we are supposed to be before I turn the camera on. Okay. All right. OG's United TSA. What it's looking like. All right, so I got 11 minutes to start. Cool. But we're not going to take 11 minutes because I don't want to be 11 minutes late. Alright, it looks great. Everything is looking good. Alright, we ready? Is we ready? All right, so we're going live. And we are live. Phenomenal morning for Mentally Elevated on Instagram. This is part 2 for you all, but for everyone else, we are broadcasting live on several platforms. MarissaBlack.com, OG's United TSA on Patreon, Crowdcast, Miss Black's OG Network on YouTube, OG's United on Facebook, Experience Black on Facebook, Marissa Black, my personal Facebook page, Twitter at AllLove444, and again on Instagram we have a different angle, and we also just wrapped up a behind the scenes reading to kind of get a feel for the direction we were going in this morning. So it's looking pretty good. I'm excited. If you have not yet done so, I encourage you to follow me on Instagram at mentally_elevated. That is my new Instagram account, in which I will be going live from more regularly now that I have the option to schedule lives there, as well as on the other platforms. So I'm excited about many of the new developments and tools within IGTV and the other platforms to make what I am looking to do here possible. Now, I'm hoping the meditation music that I have playing in the background isn't overshadowing or overpowering me. I just realized that it was pretty loud. But as I shared earlier, because we got started at 5:30 on Instagram, so you can go back and check out that. We did a little reading with our Isis Oracle deck. I call that the big girl, the big boy deck. And we also used our Egyptian Oracle cards to, elaborate a little bit more on the energy. So it's a pretty good message, negative energy, the devil, came up, of course. But that's just a reminder for us to be mindful of our thoughts, be mindful of what we're taking in, as far as entertainment, conversation, and all that good stuff. Like what we're choosing to entertain is going to be important, if we want to be productive, if we want to be focused, if we want to be progressive, we want to be aware, alert, conscious, and focus. So with that being said, that's what this time that we spend here together is going to be geared towards, supporting us having the focus that we need to be as productive as we desire to be in our lives individually, so that when we come together and work collectively, we're more organized, we're more professional, we're more productive, we're less stressed, less frustrated, because all of that comes, of course, with being organized. So we're going to be able to help each other, by helping ourselves and having our foundations together where it needs to be. Okay? And that's for myself as well, because, throughout this pandemic, I most definitely have experienced a great deal of shifts and changes in, my personal life, my personal relationships, and my family, and my career, and my studies, just a lot of shifts, a lot of changes, all for the greater good, for the better. The changes have most definitely strengthened me, empowered me, enlightened me, just fueled my, work ethic, my motivation, my willpower, it's just fueled everything. So the more I was censored, the more confirmation that I received that what I had to say was of value. That's what happens when you have a high vibrational thoughts and way of thinking and being. You understand that, someone trying to block you, someone trying to discourage you, someone trying to suppress, oppress you, that has to be because you have something great about you, some great qualities, some great messages, So with that being said, that's how I take it, at least. And, I'm not here to let anybody, any system, any of that to stop me from doing what it is that I'm here to do, as a child of the Most High God. So again, my name is Marissa. My good friends call me Miss Black. That is an acronym for Make Sense with Beautiful Looks, Always Created Kindly. Experience Black is a brand that I created years ago, and it evolved from Phenomenal Beauty. Phenomenal Beauty was my baby. It was, where I started in, brand development in the beauty industry as a beauty professional, a natural hair care specialist, a braider, a loctician, an extension specialist, a hair care specialist, a curly hair, more specific, hair care specialist, textured hair. So, designing and creating custom units, custom wigs is also something that, I've been afforded the opportunity to do for many women, some men, and even children in some cases. Hair loss, alopecia is a real thing. I've seen quite a bit of it throughout my journey. And as a consequence of me seeing it, I've been able to study it and observe it. And it has taught me a lot about natural health and well-being and the importance of what we put in our bodies and what we remove from our bodies as far as toxins and, things that we absorb on a daily basis, through our biggest organ, our skin. So if we're not drinking enough water to keep our bodies hydrated and to flush, toxins from our bodies, then we unfortunately deal with different illnesses and challenges subsequently. So I don't know, that was for whoever that was for, but to get started here this morning, I said bring your favorite morning beverage. I had some coffee this morning, that I made with collagen and honey, no sugar, except for the natural sweetness from the honey. But that is how I prefer to have my coffee because it is good for your skin, also your joint health with the collagen, and your bone health. Like, I just noticed a lot of great benefits from hair, skin, and nails with the collagen. So I added to my coffee, tea, or smoothies, and this morning it is coffee. I also have water here, because that is the best hydrator there is for our bodies. All right, so let's go ahead and tap into this energy this morning. I'm going with the flow. I'm being inspired to start with our chakra alignment deck, our chakra reading cards. This is Ancient Wisdom to Balance and Heal. All right, Instagram. Again, if you have not yet, I encourage you to follow me on Instagram at mentally_elevated. You can find all the links to my social media platforms, as well as any other platforms that I am on or I developed. You can find it within my Linktree at Linktree/Experience Black. I have nicknamed my Linktree the remote because there is quite a bit that, it offers. So I organized the different levels, the different portals, the different dimensions within marissablack.com into buttons, on the remote. So that can be accessed in the bio section of any platform, any social media platform that I'm on, any video that I create, and usually that I share as well, that is supportive of, whatever we have going on at the time, whatever message is relevant and important in the present moment. You'll find a link to the remote included in that description or bio section. Also, Also, MarissaBlack.com, in the footer or the menu section of MarissaBlack.com, you will also be able to access the remote. Okay? All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. I trust, hope, and pray that all is well, and that the time that we spend here together will be beneficial for you, that you will be inspired to do something great with your day. All right? Here we go. All right. I'm feeling like that's it. All right. So our message today is of flexibility, number 9. Flexibility, number 9. And this is orange to represent our sacral chakra. All right. Instagram, if you would like to have the angle to be able to see the table, to see the pictures from a different angle, it is best to log in to either MarissaBlack.com or use the remote to check it out, from whatever platform you prefer. All right. So flexibility, number 9. Number 9, flexibility, the sacral chakra. You have called upon this card today to encourage you to invite more flexibility into your world. The nature of life and our experiences are constantly inviting us to find a state of flexibility. When you can surrender to these messages, they will allow and embody a more flexible state of being. This will bring an abundance of ease and grace as you find yourself in the flow. Have you been feeling a little rigid in your thoughts or ideas lately? Maybe even a little stuck in your ways. If so, it's time to practice the art of flexibility. You may be holding on to something in your life a little too tightly, and now it is time to let go and allow some new energy to flow in. It is easy to get caught up in trivial ideas and thoughts, especially if you have strong belief systems in place in your life. However, at this time, it will be beneficial and very healing to look at some of these outdated ways and beliefs that could be wreaking havoc in your world. Take some time to tune in and see what no longer serves you, and take the steps to bring about a little more flexibility. This card could also mean that you are being too rigid with a particular person, and that it's time to give them and yourself a little slack. Flexibility is available to you right now. Let it in and allow for a life with a little more ease and grace. The affirmation for flexibility is, I am free-flowing and flexible. Again, I am free-flowing and flexible. All right, so I think that is a phenomenal way for us to end our Instagram live with that beautiful message in alignment with everything else we've shared thus far. So like I said, if you want to continue, please join us on one of the other platforms, or you can catch the replay at Miss Black's OG Network on YouTube. And it's also available on our podcast platform at marissablack.com. All right? That can also be found in the remote. All right, Instagram. Till next time, peace and love.